Why is the ship lobster-shaped? Because it didn't finish evolving into a crab yet. But now it did. Okay, basically, here's a little bit more chunky than what you would probably want. But it's fine. It's less of a ship, it's more of a concept of a ship. Okay, no, that's been conveyor. It is a working ship, but it's not just a ship, it's an entire system of building a ship. You can easily modify it in any way you want. Want more thrust? Add more thrust. Want more cargo? Add more containers. Super easy, just move some blocks around. You can make it longer. And that solves your thrust and cargo problems, if you need more. Want more tools? Just extend it horizontally and perhaps even vertically. Yeah, you just have to move this magnetic light here. The cockpit is not connected via a large conveyor, so you won't be able to pull big components into your inventory for building. But you can always easily do that. I just find it much more convenient to have the cockpit near the bottom of the ship, so you can see better in the first person and don't hit into the ground. Also, something I started doing is I finally blueprinted a bunch of components with setup settings in them. So like, for example, this stone ejection assembly. Just blueprinted this thing and I can just paste it on and I will not have to set it up. Same with the screens in the survival kit or the screens in the cockpit. It's very convenient. I recommend you start doing it. This whole chunk of components here, the light shines through the blocks. Sounds. It's a bit weird, but who cares? If it works, it works. It's convenient. I'm less and less concerned with how my ships look. If they work, they work. But yeah, this is the thing that I built in my survival series. It's very similar, but there's some inefficiencies in it. And poor placement for like the batteries here on the sides. Not very smart. The welder is also similar. So here, this can serve as a welder, as a miner. As you can see, the ports on here, both have large connection for the grinders and welders. And it goes all the way to the connector through the containers. Or there's small ports here on the side for the drills. And you can have a bunch of drills like that if you want. I think you're understanding, probably. I hope, at least, you understand what the point of this is. It's good to build ships that are not just optimized for a single purpose, but the ones that are versatile and you can easily modify depending on what you need, because you could be playing with different world modifiers, you could be playing on different planets with different atmospheric density and different gravity. So having a ship that's optimized for one thing just makes it less versatile. So while this might have too much cargo capacity for, like, ores, perhaps, on Pertam, it would have enough cargo capacity for lighter components that fill it up, or it would have enough little cargo capacity for mining on, like, low gravity planets, moons. Like, what's it, Titan? So the point is to make your things easy to modify and reuse different parts. Okay, yeah, these things I haven't published. I should polish them a little bit more, and also do that. Just release, like, thieves or whatever starter mining ship tutorial and get, like, a bunch of views. Just content farm all the way. But this time it would be actually more original than all my other mining ships, because it would be a universal ship. But yeah, I'm getting sidetracked here. Actually, let's see. Let's critique my older mining ship here. Let's see. It was in the age before we got... In fact, I think I have a more recent one, don't I? Am I subscribed to it in the workshop? Yes. Yes, I am. There. I think this is my most recent fancy mining starter ship. It doesn't really have that much car capacity. What is it, like 2 drills and then 2 medium car containers? Is that it? Really? Yeah, it's definitely more fancy than practical, but it is somewhat practical. But it is more fancy than practical. So there's so much decoration here. And for a starter ship, it's going to be very annoying to weld this all up, because you won't have probably a welder printer for all that. But let's see. I think each medium car container can lift like... what is it? Around 10 tons of ore, same for the drills. So 40 tons of ore. And the ship itself 27 tons. So it's 67 tons and 1 thruster at full density, 576 kilonewtons. So it would, at full density, which on planets you would need to be at sea level for that. It can hover, not accelerate, but hover with 57 tons in 1G at full air density. So in actuality, this, like, in most conditions, would only be able to hover with this little thrust. It was like 100 tons, maybe? And to properly lift it. Yeah. So, I think it's well balanced for 1G, but still, this is nearly impossible to modify with all the decoration here. This is a one-use, exposable, disposable ship. Once you outgrow it, there is end of the line. And it took so much time to design, all these little details. It's so much time that just you could have spent on designing more ships, more variety. Of course, if you want to sit in early game with just small detailed ships, that's fine too. There's not really... The point of the games is to have fun. You have not to forget that. And for some people, small detailed builds are the fun. For me, I think I'm starting to prefer bigger, purely functional, weird things. But yeah, stay versatile. My tongue is definitely not staying versatile because I cannot pronounce words. Let's see, did we go over the components in here? Yeah, we got the projector or detector, antenna, remote control, lights, spotlights, just spotlights, magnetic plate, connector, cameras to see. Useful to have a camera for docking. Ejectors at the back here. Survival kit. Some ladders if you have no jetpacks, so you can get on top of the ship. Thrusters, batteries, gyroscopes. And yeah, a bunch of conveyors here. Again, I don't like using conveyors on the large grids. I prefer to find some different block. But on small grids, they have very unique shapes that you can't really replace with any different block that easily. So I am still using them here. Yep. I guess that's it. I'm out of things to ramble about. I will have to publish some more stuff. Make some smaller universal ships. What should I call, by the way, this class of ship? Like, I just call it utility for now. But let's see what what would you call it? Toolship, universal ship. I don't know. Comment. Leave comments. I probably read all of them, I think. Probably, perhaps. Okay, that's enough. Goodbye.